Okay, earlier I was just seated in a cafe, just next to a couple of middle-aged persons with a young woman, and it made me feel some emotions, feelings that I really didn't like at all when I was hearing at them. Because it was a young girl trying to be hired for I don't know what kind of job by this couple, or at least the man. And it was, I don't know, maybe it resonated with some part of myself, certainly, because else I wouldn't have felt those kinds of feelings. And it's like I was clearly seeing that the young girl was doing everything that she could to be hired, and she just wanted to appear as a nice little girl, just being very motivated and very polite and and everything that like you're basically being told when you're young, when you're a child, and it's very good. And the problem is that I could see that the adults were like patronizing, like they were in a position of control, of power, and like the girl was like, okay, I they have the power, I need to be a nice little girl in order to be hired and to have what I want. And it was like I was just thinking, she's just not at all at ease, and she's not herself at all. She's just trying to make do what she thinks is the only way for her. And that was the kind of feelings that I was feeling, just disgusted by. I would have just liked to stand up and tell her, okay, don't prostitute yourself, don't, just be yourself. If you play this role, they're going to approach you this way, and you're lost because your life is just, you're going to be dependent on always, every time, others, adults, then younger adults, older adults, then your boss, then maybe a husband, I don't know. And it's a never ending situation. Just be yourself. You are the power, and you are the value that others might need. You'll find any kind of job, of interesting job, anything of good things, if you just act fully yourself, even though it might appear as I don't know, not correct to some people. But for if you want a good job, be yourself and show your value, and don't try to be too polite. Just be yourself. And I all that made me think of, okay, it's like we all have lived those kinds of things, and I think we are more or less trapped in these kinds of situation, because we've been told that, and we just learned, because we've experienced life this way, that we needed first our parents, then our teachers, then our boss. And as I said, it's a never-ending situation. It's always like that, and and that creates fear. We just fear to be ourselves. We just want to please other persons. That's certainly the worst way to get a good life, and I think that's the number one trap. And it can be difficult to change that, because it's easy to say it, to see it in others, to realize it. But the problem is, how do we change that? The problem is that it's not just a matter of perceiving it. First, it's good to perceive what has to be changed. But the problem is that, as I tend to realize it more and more, we live in a world of emotions. It's completely emotions that drive us. And we feel that if we don't behave the correct way, we are in danger. We really feel we're in danger, we do something we shouldn't do. It's very difficult to do something else that one we've been always told. And that is to obey to the external power, whichever it is. And that creates emotions that make us really feel in danger. That's why it's very difficult to change, I think. It's difficult, but obviously the whole point is there. It's to change. Okay, so that sounds a little crazy, but that's exactly where we have to do it anyway. So emotions are there because of our story, our past, what we learned, whether it's true or not, whether it's correct or not. The thing is that at some point it was a reality, it was our experience of the world, and so we are emotions according to that. And it's very important, I think, to understand that emotions are there as a conclusion of what we experienced sometime, okay? But that doesn't mean that we have to follow our emotions. It's good to take them into consideration because it's obviously the result of past experiences. But do we want to continue the same patterns? Sometimes it's good patterns. We just have to follow our emotions, and we can, play again the same situation and get the same good results. So if I know there is a danger and I feel the danger, I don't go this way, and that's perfect. I don't have to think it twice. Now, if you want to change the pattern, you have to look at your emotions, feel danger, rationalize that, realize that that's not what you want anymore. So you have to put some energy in order to, because emotions really act like a driving force that gives us some inertia in some kind of direction. So if we want to keep the direction, that's good, because it's easy to keep a direction we've already assessed, okay, experienced. If we want to change that, we have to put some energy in order to change this inertia. And yes, we really have to put some energy in order to not counteract this inertia, but to just give it another direction, create another inertia, and leaving the old inertia, just going down and decreasing by itself. If we don't continue to put some energy in the same patterns, if we just stop continuing to live the same pattern the same way, the old inertia is going to decrease by itself, because we just don't put some energy into it. And so we have to create another inertia, and to create another inertia requires some energy. So first, I think the real first thing to do, because that's really what really matters in everything, every change we want to make, every pattern we want to break, and every new behavior we want to, if you want to climb a step clearly in your life, that's exactly where everything is at play. You must realize that's first, you're going to have some emotions that are not relevant anymore, but that will going to make you feel that you're in danger if you do something else than usual. First thing. So that's just normal. You have to live with this feeling the time that the inertia decreases and you create another inertia. That's just normal. The feeling of danger, of difficulty is normal, but that's just a feeling that doesn't prevent at all you doing whatever you decide. A feeling can't prevent you from doing exactly what you want. That's just a feeling, okay? Just feels not good, that's it. Second thing is, you have to create another pattern, another inertia, and for that you have to take the action you decide. You don't feel them, but you've rationalized that, you thought of that, as long as you wanted, and then you decided that's what I want to do. You do it, and you don't feel it at first because you haven't created this pattern. The process is not, yet complete. The inertia is not yet created, and so you don't feel it. You will feel it once you have done it several times, maybe even, but already when you do something once, it's no longer that difficult. Twice, three times, and so on, it's easier and easier, and because it becomes usual, it becomes just, you can feel it. You can feel that you can do it again and again because you've already experienced that, and now you have some feelings according to that. And the old pattern the feelings from the old pattern will decrease because you just don't do it anymore. So that's exactly where everything changes. And I'm very, very, very certain that everything is to be considered is at this place, exactly there. So let me know what you think of that. And that's, as always, I just experiment on that and give you my impression and exactly what I observe and what is the key exactly where we have to change things to get to the next level in our life for any kind of things. So let me know what you think, and don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel so that we can keep in touch as soon as possible, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye bye.